Hey, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. My name's Brandon, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about something that's been on my mind recently. The question has been 5-inch versus 6-inch. For a long time, the argument has been there's more options available for 5-inch, but everybody has known, and there's evidence to show, that 6-inch has more power. The question I want to answer is, do some of those old arguments still hold true? Is a 5-inch more aggressive? Is a 6-inch more docile? Can you make a 6-inch fly like a 5-inch? All these questions and more. Stay tuned. If you're like me, you spend a lot of time in the car each and every day. And if you're like me, your mind also wanders back and forth over the things that you really enjoy doing. Spending time with your family, hanging out with your friends, and in my case, flying FPV. One of the things that I've been thinking about lately has been the discussion between 5-inch and 6-inch propellers. I've spent some time asking people on Slack channels and Facebook groups about why they prefer which particular propeller, and I've thought about which one is really the best for my flying style.
feels like years, and I can tell how time can bend your ideas. It's been days now, and you've changed your mind again. All the cracks in the walls remind you of things we've said. It feels like years, and I can tell how time can bend your ideas. It's been days now, and you've changed your mind again. All the cracks in the walls remind you of things we've said. And I could tell you that I won't hurt you this time, but it's just safer to keep you in this heart of mine.
So what did you think? Which did you think, really looked like the 5-inch versus 6-inch? I put the labels on so that you could clearly see. But even with that, was it really apparent which one was the 5-inch and which was the 6-inch? Like if you were to cover those up with your hand or your finger, could you tell? There were a couple times when I was going through watching the footage, I had to look down at the label to remind myself I was looking at a 6-inch particularly. I feel like certainly the 6-inch is more docile, or can be, and I think that does a large part to the amount of thrust that those 6-inch propellers generate. I think they have the ability on lower throttles to kind of just help you cruise, which is one of the things that they're great for. But when you push it, or if you adjust your camera angle a little bit maybe, or you just fly pitched forward a little more, I think you can get a lot of the same characteristics. There are a couple differences that came out. You'll probably notice a couple times if you go back and watch closely on some of the high power, fuller throttle maneuvers over tops of the trees. The 6-inch did a little bit of juddering. I think that's the ESCs that are on it. I think what's happening is, even on 4S, with 3-inch, 3-blade propellers, on the 6-inch running 2306, 2150 kV motors, I think I'm hitting the current limiter on those ESCs. I'm not 100%. I do have 330 microfarad 25 volt caps on them. They should be okay, perfectly fine on 4S. But it is possible that I'm running into the ceiling on the amp draw. I could switch to bi-blades and see if that made a difference, but honestly I think what I'm going to have to do is either swap them out for 32 amp ESCs from KISS, or just learn to work the throttle a little bit differently for that particular quad. The 5-inch, because I think it's running the 32 amp ESCs from KISS, it doesn't have any of that kind of same hesitation. All that being said, you know, different motors, different propellers, different frames. You know, is this really apples to apples? No, it's not meant to be. It's meant to be, you know, my thoughts on it and a way for you to look at, you know, one pilot's flying style. Regardless of the quad I use, I try to have the same flying style. So look at my flying style, and then look at what I'm able to do as an intermediate level pilot, maybe beginnerish, but intermediate level pilot. How do I handle those two quads? How do I make them perform? How do I make them behave? And can you tell a difference? I submit to you that if you've got a capable system, meaning your electronics are suited for higher amp draws, you can do whatever you want with a 6-inch. And the benefit is you'll get incredible stopping power the closer you get to the ground. If you look at the next to last clip of the 6-inch, there's a shot where I power loop over the trees, I drop back down, and I come right out. And then towards the end of the last 5-inch shot, I actually crashed doing that same maneuver. Now, I've done that maneuver with a 5-inch before, so I know it's possible, but you get a little bit more time of free fall with a 6-inch versus a 5-inch. And in fact, I show the very last clip of the 6-inch where I come up over top of the trees and I drop down through the middle of the canopy. I've done that with the 5-inch as well, but with the 6-inch, I could come out a little bit closer at the bottom. It just looks a little bit cooler. So those are some things to consider. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like the content that you see here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Please like this video and share it with people. If you know someone is talking about this, point them over my way, and I'd appreciate it. As always, thanks for watching.